Hi, well, welcome to week 8A. We're really getting down to the end now, and just wanted to make sure I give you a heads up for what's going on this week and give you a clear path as best I can. So let's go ahead and share the screen. Okay, so 21st through 23rd is the week in question here, and Revelation and our future to ponder, and the final exam review are the topics this week, but as far as the Bible topic, it's Revelation and our future to ponder. And then we'll look at the discussion board question in a minute. The reading is Encountering the New Testament, chapter 24, um, and epilogue, pages 362 to 376. And then assignments are, of course, the discussion board, the reading quiz 15, and the New Testament book tests. New Testament books, the test on that, and then map 2 test on that. So, and then the final exam review will be part of this week. And then also for the reading is Revelation 4 through 22. So you're finishing up the New Testament reading this week. So that's what's going on there. I'll give you one last chance to look over that, and then I'll stop sharing the screen. And then we'll go over to here. Okay, so the week 8A discussion board is actually due Saturday, July 26th at 11:59 p.m. And then same songs, uh, I guess 15th, something like that verse at this point. And so be sure that all of your responses for week 8 are completed by Saturday. 1 point's deducted for every day that a post is late. So option 1, read Revelation 1, 1 through 3. As you read these verses, what do you think is the primary purpose of the author for writing this book? Why do you think the author wrote it? What is his point? Do you feel that we can have confidence that what is written in this book is the truth? Why or why not? And the second option is read Revelation 13. Who is the beast? Do some research on the Antichrist and the number 666. What have you learned? So those are your options there. Then you have the reading guide you can download. And the reading quiz opens Monday, July 21st at midnight and closes Sunday, July 27th at 11:59 p.m. Graded on the first attempt, and 6 out of 10 is a passing grade once again. Then you have lecture 36, the notes, and then lecture 36 itself, a PowerPoint by Phil Wood. And then you have lecture 36, highlights of Revelation and review. And if I open this
The
up,
book of Revelation. That's going to be our focus in this particular lecture.
so you open up and you hear him speaking there. Um, if you actually look into it, you'll see that he goes through the book of Revelation. It has quite the very interesting lecture there. New heaven and new earth, 21 to 22, for example, goes through that. Paul's world has the map, and you can see all the different places on the map there. So that's the gist of that. All right. So let's go back over here. So it'll have some review there, and then in the final exam review, you want to open that up. Um, it'll have the final exam review inside of there, the review notes you can download, and then the final exam review PowerPoint that you can go through. And then there's the New Testament books test. Opens Monday, July 21st at midnight and closes Sunday, July 27th at 11:59 p.m. The objective of this test is to write the New Testament books in order with the correct spelling. So there will be deducted points for misspelling and wrong order. So make sure you get the spelling right and make sure you get them in the right order. You get one attempt and you get 10 minutes. And the grade to pass is 12 out of 20. And then finally, the map 2 test, Paul's World Map. So we just saw and heard in the lecture, you'll see in the lecture Paul's World, so that'll give you the context of what you're actually looking for is in the lecture. And that opens Monday, July 21st at midnight and closes Sunday, July 27th at 11:59 p.m. It's graded on the first attempt and the grade to pass is 12 out of 20. So, that is week 8A in a nutshell. I definitely recommend you start studying for the final exam now if you haven't already. If you have any questions, let me know. Be happy to help any way I can. And that's about all I have for now. So thanks again, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.